Welcome back to another solo episode of Student of the Game, where we're recapping Phresh Laundry. I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't listened to that, go back and re-listen. Watch that on YouTube. This man is special. This man is special, y'all. We're coming into the 260, and it's blowing up, and he is now worldwide, all over the place. A little bit about Theophilus Smith III, known as Theo, or his artistic alias is Phresh Laundry. I'm not gonna spill the tea here on the podcast of how he got that name. You got to go back and listen to it, but it's a sermon, and it's going to bless somebody. Just in that part alone, you just go back and listen to that part alone. It's going to bless somebody. But his artistic alias is Phresh Laundry. He's a visionary artist and creative with an inspiring background. His journey of self-discovery led him to pick up painting, and he expresses profound emotions and complex social issues. Over the years, Theo's artwork has captured attention for its depth and beauty, leading to collaborations with notable personalities, including Spike Lee, and garnering recognitions like Person of the Year, Man of the Year here in the Fort Wayne area. Beyond painting, he's also known for his work with Dr. King's family, the Bradley Hotel, and Electric Works, The Landing. If you drive around downtown Fort Wayne, you've seen murals all over the place by Phresh Laundry. He's also been the Grand Marshal of the Three Rivers Festival. And for those, some of you don't know, Hebrew Brantley in the Flyboy, with his creations of the Flyboy. And proudly, he was the lead entertainer at Noll Team Real Estate's 20th anniversary party last year. Big ups to Theo. I got two paintings hanging in my office. They're both 101s. He created those on the spot. And I'll get into a little bit of that story. I know I talk about it on his full episode as well, but I'll get into that story here in a little bit. Phresh Laundry. We asked him what the fundamentals of painting and being a creative are. What do you think they are? Before I answer that, it's kind of in what we all need to do. If you're running a small business and if you're trying to build relationships, his fundamentals for what he does is preparation and connecting. Connection and preparation. Now, if you're listening, I think every single person listening can probably honestly answer this. Do you prepare enough? Do you connect enough? And you're going to ask yourself, what's enough? Is enough, comparison to somebody else? Is enough more than last year? More. A lot of people say more. What's my goal this year? More sales, more money, more this. But really, the connection and the preparation just really has to do with your goals. What are your goals? If you have goals, and everybody should have goals, I'm going to convince you of that later on. Everybody should have goals. If you have goals, the way to accomplish those goals is through preparation and connection. And those are fundamentals. I want to challenge everybody right now. Theo's the artist, right? Phresh Laundry is the artist. He's a creative. He brings his talents and his gifts to the marketplace. But I would challenge us that we're all an artist. We are all creative. Do you give yourself the space to create? Are you so busy that you don't have any space to create? What if you carved out, let's just say 2 hours a week? You carved out that space. You're not going to work, but you're listening, you're quiet, you're preparing. You're preparing for the week. Maybe you're preparing for a meeting. But think about that. Are you, based on your goals, do you have the preparation, and are you making the connections necessary? Are you sitting back, or are you sitting back? And I think fear, sitting back and not taking action on those things, I think it's selfish. If we're being honest, I think it's selfish. When you don't act, when you don't take action, it's because of fear. It's because of how you're going to feel. It's because of how people are going to think of you. It's because of how you're going to appear to somebody. I tell my kids this: listen, stop sitting on the bench. You're not waiting for the bus. Go get in the game. Go get in the game. Stop sitting on the bench. You're not waiting for the bus. Go get in the game. And maybe you need to hear that right now. Maybe you're somebody who you put a good plan together for this new year. All right. And now we're a month and a half in, and that plan isn't working the way you want. And so you find yourself procrastinating. You find yourself stagnant. Maybe you're not putting in the daily habits that it takes. And And I would encourage you, go get in the game. Go get back in the game. It's not too late. It's we're recording this in February. It is not too late. If you're listening to this in June, it's not too late. If you're listening to this in October, it's not too late. But get in the game. Get off the bench. You're not waiting for the bus. um, Theo talked about being present. I love this. I love this. He emphasizes that being present in every situation is crucial for growth and learning. Crucial. One of our family words of the year, we have a family word of the year every year. It's kind of like our one word mission statement, our theme. Every area of our life, our spiritual, our family and relationships, our business, our finances, and in our personal life, which is mind and body, we have a word of the year. And this is our filter. How am I doing in my spiritual life based on my word of the year? How am I doing in my family, my relationships based on this word of the year? And one year, a couple years ago, it was to be present. So present was our word. I want to be present. And Theo talked about that. He says that you have to be present. It's crucial for growth and for learning. Earlier this year, Charles Fernandez was on the podcast, and he said, those that are present are the most powerful. When you are present, you are powerful. Think about that. Like if you're at you ever been at the kitchen table, you're eating with the family, maybe it's your extended family, somebody's on their phone. They're not too powerful. Maybe that was you last night. Maybe that was you, and I'm here to call you out, make you feel just a little uneasy about yourself for a second. I'm gonna love you in a little bit, but I'm gonna like I tell my team, I'm here to afflict those that are comfortable and to comfort those that are afflicted. So if you feel afflicted right now, I'm gonna comfort you. I hope these words are comforting to you. But if you're comfortable, I'm okay afflicting you a little bit. If you're at the kitchen table last night and you're on your phone and your kids are there, your family's there, your extended family's there, when you're not present, you're not very powerful. And is the goal to be powerful? No. But maybe it is in your relationships. Maybe you want to have a powerful relationship. You can't be powerful without being present. And Theo talked about that. He emphasized, I love it. You need to go listen to this. But he gave his flowers out to his dad, and it's because he was present in his life. He was a strong black male role model that was present in his life. That was so powerful. Theo and I had a moment, man. I'm telling you, we had a moment. You may just need to listen to podcasts just for that. That was real. That was a real moment, and it was because of being present. Are you present in your meetings? Do you show up to meetings? Do you show up to your sales calls? Do you show up to your customer, your client? Do you show up present? I remember when I was first showing homes, back in the day, I had no staff, I had no team, I had nothing. It was me, myself, and I. That was it. I would show homes, and guess what would happen? My phone would ring of the home that we had for sale. They had a question. A buyer would call me. They had a question on the house. There was almost no way I could be present on that showing until I realized either the phone goes in my pocket or it stays in the car, and I need to be present walking this couple through this home, walking this lady through this home, walking this man through this home. And by being present, I became powerful. My voice became powerful. My relationship with these people became powerful. When you're more present, you become more powerful. And Theo talked about it's essential, it's crucial for growth and learning. And I want to keep talking about being present because it's that important. Back to the word of the year. It was a word of the year for our family. Let me tell you what happens when you commit to something. When you commit to a word of the year, when you learn something new, when you add something to your arsenal. These words of the year, when we use those correctly, present, I'm not 100% at it today, but I can tell you I'm better being present today than I was 5 years ago. I might be able to command a room because I'm present. And if you can't command a room, if you can't hold the attention of the people that you're around, try being a little more present. Theo talked about that. Go listen because it was so important. I'm going to hop through some of these other ones because I really encourage you to listen to the episode. He talked about outside of being present, we reflected on some social issues. A lot of his painting comes from social issues. A lot of his painting, beautiful painting comes from pain. Some of the pain that he experiences growing up as a young black man, some of the challenges he has in business, some of the challenges he's had just growing up and being an adult and raising a family, some of the pain that he experienced, he uses the paintbrush to create a masterpiece, to provide joy and to evoke emotion in people. It is inspiring. He uses social issues to bring people together, to create emotion. And it's fantastic. Um, he's got a vision. He has a vision and a reach that he does not have to live in Fort Wayne. Listen to this. He does not have to live where he does, but he loves this community and he commits to it. But his paintings, his work is all over, nationwide, worldwide. I hope you hire this man. If I'm just going to say this right now, shameless plug for Phresh Laundry. I've got 2 of his paintings hanging up in my office right now. If you need some painting done, if you need some work done, if you need a canvas, if you need a story told on a canvas, if you need some inspiration on your walls, give this man a call. Phresh Laundry. You will not be disappointed. His vision is to continually grow. His vision is to continually teach and train the next generation. He's going to keep doing that. Hire him before it's too late. That you've heard it here first. And then obviously in our podcast, Relationships Win, he talked about the impact of relationships. He talked about the pivotal journey of personal and professional growth has come through relationships during the hard times, leaning on key people. He talked about his wife Dawn and how they've got a fantastic relationship. Shout out to Dawn. Give her some flowers. But what I want to communicate here is that's what this podcast is all about. If you're struggling, if you're going through something, relationships win. Healthy relationships win. Consistent relationships win. Organic relationships win. If you're not where you want to be, this may sound crazy, but I think when you ask yourself the question, how am I going to get out of this situation? I think you need to ask yourself a different question, is who can help me through this situation? Again, preparation is what it was all about. What I do, just to give you a little insight, what I do, a lot of times people, think like, how can you do it all? How can you get it all done? You've got all these things you're doing, running a business, a podcast. Lindsay has a business. You have kids. I want to be present, right? A lot of my work gets done with preparation. If I have a 1-hour meeting during the day, I prepare 1 hour the day before or the morning of. My preparation, that's what I do in my business. If I have whether it's a buyer call, listing appointment, if I'm meeting someone for coffee, I'm going to look them up, see what they're into, see what they like. I'm going to prepare. And my encouragement is for you to do that as well. One of the quotes he used is, he says, there's beauty for ashes. There's beauty for ashes. You may be going through the fire right now. You may feel like your life is nothing but some ashes. You just came through the fire. But I'm telling you, there's beauty. There's beauty. If you don't know the struggle, you don't know the strength. That was a saying we used to have, is if you don't know the struggle, you don't know the strength. If you don't know what it took to get here, it's going to be tough for you to stay here. There's beauty in ashes. Do me a favor, go follow this man. Go follow Phresh Laundry. Instagram is @thatlaundry, @thatlaundry. And on Facebook, it's @Phresh Laundry. And of course, he is Theophilus Smith III. It was a great episode. I love it. I've listened to it multiple times already, and it blesses me every single time. My brother from another mother, Phresh Laundry. It was an honor to have you on the podcast. All right, whatever game you're playing, I'm cheering for you. And remember, relationships win. That's a wrap.